Good morning and welcome to A Year in Miracles. We are reading the 365 lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are on lesson workbook number 15. We started January 1st, and I'm glad to have you here with me this morning. And let's get right into the lesson. This is a great lesson, by the way. This is where it starts to all make sense and come together. So, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 15. My thoughts are images that I have made. It is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. You think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your seeing was made. This is the function you have given your body's eyes. It is not seeing, it is image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions. This introductory idea to the process of image making that you call seeing will not have much meaning for you. You will begin to understand it when you have seen little edges of light around the same familiar objects which you see now. That is the beginning of real vision. You can be certain that real vision will come quickly when this has occurred. As we go along, you may have many light episodes. They may take many different forms, some of them quite unexpected. Do not be afraid of them. They are signs that you are opening your eyes at last. They will not persist because they merely symbolize true perception, and they are not related to knowledge. These exercises will not reveal knowledge to you, but they will prepare the way to it. In practicing the idea for today, repeat it first to yourself and then apply it to whatever you see around you, using its name and letting your eyes rest on it as you say, "This water bottle is an image that I have made. That tree is an image that I have made." So whatever you're looking at, just say that blank or this blank is an image that I have made. It is not necessary to include a large number of specific subjects for the application of today's idea. It is necessary, however, to continue to look at each subject while you repeat the idea to yourself. This idea should be repeated quite slowly each time. Although you will obviously not be able to apply the idea to very many things during the minute or so of practice that is recommended, try to make the selection as random as possible. Less than a minute will do for the practice periods. If you begin to feel uneasy, do not have more than 3 application periods for today's idea, unless you feel completely comfortable with it, and do not exceed 4. However, the idea can be applied as needed throughout the day. So again, today is lesson number 15. My thoughts are images that I have made. So I see there's a lot of you watching this morning. Good morning, Colette. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Bob. So how many of you have seen little rays of lights around images that you look on? I know I've seen that before quite a bit. Comes and goes, like the lesson says. I think the first time I saw it, I was actually in a church. I was there for something. I'm not sure if it was a wedding or a funeral, but I remember seeing the people, and I remember seeing light around all of their heads. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. What is that? And then I remember seeing it again one day when I was running in a park. And as I was running, I saw the light around all the trees. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. And I wasn't sure what that was until I read this lesson. I was like, oh, I get it. It's allowing me to see that I'm image making and the light is surrounding the objects. Good morning, Gustavo. I also see light around when, I don't know if any of you do yoga, but there's a pose called waterfall at the end when you're near the Shavasana stage where you put your feet up And when I look up, I can kind of see an outline of light around my feet. And I always love to play with the light. It always kind of makes me feel like, ooh, that's cool to see that. So some of you may have seen light images around objects, and again, it kind of is just a recognition that this image, this, you know, this foot or this tree or this person's actually is an image that I have made. So kind of practice this day, this practice for today, and take a look at the images and realize that they're images that you are making. It's image making. And if you know much about quantum physics, we all know that the images that we see are made up of blinking lights. Scientifically, we've discovered that the images are actually made up of blinking lights that we are projecting and we can see as an image that we're creating. So Course in Miracles, Workbook Lesson 15, my thoughts are images that I have made. And remember, if they get uncomfortable, don't do them to the point where you're obsessing about them all day long. Just a minute or so, maybe 3 or 4 times a day is enough to do the lessons. So good morning, John. Good morning, Marcella. Good morning, Carl. Great to see all of you. I hope you join me again tomorrow morning as we do Workbook Lesson 16 tomorrow. But right now we're on Workbook Lesson 15. We should do 1 a day, not more than 1 a day. And that way the lessons will all kind of build on each other and make more sense. And if you would like to dive deeper, please join us in our private Facebook group where we go a little bit deeper. We share our experiences, talk about maybe some questions that we have or some aha moments. So great to see all you this morning. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye.